This is Wrestle MSX and welcome to the Musings of Raw and SmackDown, where we'll be taking a look at this past week in WWE and the run-up to WrestleMania.
Hello, I'm Michael.
I'm Sally, and we'll kick off with SmackDown. Valkyria and Bayley winning the tag team gauntlet match.
Yes, I think it was, unpredictable, but I think that they just wanted Valkyria at Mania, to be honest.
Yeah.
She's not defending her title, but she's going to be there, and I think this was a way of shoehorning her in. Not sure they'll win the tag belts, but and they've got Bayley in as well because they had nothing for her. So they've got both of them there, and of the other tag teams that they fought, they are probably the two biggest names.
Yeah.
If you want to disagree, that's entirely up to you. You are wrong, but you can put it in the comments below. But I feel that they are the biggest two names.
Yeah.
And they are going to Mania, which, good for them.
But we also found out that Priest against McIntyre will be a street fight. A Sin City street fight, to be precise.
And we want to see him on that boulevard.
We do, yeah.
Brawling.
Smashing into one-armed bandits.
Yes. Hitting the jackpot through the casinos. That's what we want to see. We know you've got it in your WWE, so let's see that. I don't want to see him fighting in the crowd, because I see that on a regular Raw and a regular SmackDown.
Yeah.
I don't want to see no parking lot stuff, because I've seen that before. I want on the street.
In the casinos.
On the
spinning around on the roulette wheel.
Tables, on the roulette wheel.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. So if you can do that, then this will be a great match.
Attacking each other with chips.
but not in McIntyre's eye though.
Oh,
He's only just go over that pirate. But yeah, that's what I don't want to see just in the crowd, because it's that same old, same old.
Yeah.
This is WrestleMania. This is where you elevate.
Yeah, it's a big
elevate.
I'm assuming it's a big arena stadium, so they've got plenty of space to do things.
In the comments below.
But it's a street fight.
Yes.
In Vegas. So where else are you going to go?
It's got to be on the street.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Flair and Stratton is also getting a little spicier.
Yes, it is. It is. There was obviously the parking lot brawl.
Yes.
That wasn't mentioned on Raw this past
week. No,
it
wasn't, was it? No.
Which was a surprise. Mind you, they may have just decided they'd said enough about it on SmackDown.
Because they did keep mentioning it on SmackDown.
Yes, and then obviously Flair had been sent home, but she wasn't because she appeared. The only thing I dislike is it's being pushed a little bit too much down your throats. They're trying to create a rivalry. Yeah. Whereas at least McIntyre's and Priest's has been built. It hasn't been built.
But it's got that bit more behind it.
But it's got that little bit more weight behind it, where this is just, hey, I'm going to win the Rumble. Hey, I'm coming for you.
Yeah.
No.
I think it's kind of like how Charlotte's come in and she's come back and it's just like, oh.
And he did get a little personal a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Which was interesting, to say the least. But I don't know. But then, the big one at the end of SmackDown. Knight and Orton against Tonga and Sikoa. Now, I know it was all about Fatu attacking Knight at the end and building the feud for the US title. But I think this would be a nice way to get Sikoa and Orton in at Mania.
Yeah, I like that, yeah.
It doesn't have to be a long match. It can go to the outside and get counted out if they're struggling for time. It can be a 7 to 8 minute match, including entrances. Then you get Orton in, who was scheduled a match anyway, and Sikoa, who's probably disappointed not to be at Mania anyway.
Yeah.
But certainly a Mania level superstar.
Yeah. Because he should have been there. I should say, I'm still waiting for that Fatal 4-Way.
Yeah.
Which would have been a good, to get them all in.
US
you
title,
say Solo, I think Solo should definitely be there.
He should have been.
Yeah. I'm not saying that Jacob isn't good enough.
Oh no, of course he is.
But
yes,
Solo's obviously up there as well, so it would have been nice just to
disappointed
have him in as well. And obviously it's disappointing that Randy's not got his match, but I think pretty much everyone thinks he's going to be getting one. So
yeah, As I say, it's just where you get him in. As I say, in this, with him going off into the crowd against Solo on SmackDown, just bring it in. You should running short of time. Get him off into the crowd.
Yeah.
Count out, finished, and then you can either build a feud or just let it die off, and it doesn't matter. But you've got him in.
Yeah.
Both of
them.
Yeah.
Next up, Raw. And nothing exceptional here, except Gunther's opening gambit. He would have drowned Jimmy and Jay in Jimmy's blood if he wasn't in control. I don't know who came up with that, but what a line. Pure cinema, as the kids say these days.
That was fantastic, that line. I mean, to come up with that or think of that, it was like, because he was accused of being out of control, but he said he was in control, but then to say, if I was out of control, this is what I would have done.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Delivered it so well as well, yeah.
The sacrifice by Kross, when AJ hit him with a phenomenal forearm, I found interesting. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it on our Raw review. Are we building to a feud between the two, or if Styles beats Logan Paul at WrestleMania, will Kross take credit for it by saying his sacrifice was what spurred Styles on to victory, and it awoke this other Styles that we need, the one Kross alluded to on Raw last week. Now remember, Kross said if Styles loses, we all lose. So I believe that we are the superstars, and therefore if Styles loses to Paul, they all lose. And losing means the wrestlers lose to essentially a non-wrestler. That is what I feel he's getting at.
Because I don't think so much in the shows, but I think kind of he's obviously he's online quite a lot into Kross.
He needs to keep himself relevant, like us.
And he will kind of take credit for a lot of things. So I think
he will.
With how he is, I think that's what, like, if Styles did one, he would take credit for it.
Yes, that's definitely.
The Fatal 4-Way for the Intercontinental Belt is gathering momentum nicely as well. It's also becoming harder to predict.
It was a bit of a,
I think, to begin with, it's kind of like, it's easy who's going to win, but any of them are worthy winners, really, and could go on to have a good storyline with it.
Especially, I think the best storyline, in my opinion, disagree, of course, in the comments, would be Dom or Balor winning.
Yeah.
I think if Dom won, that would be controversial, because Balor would be absolutely gutted.
Oh, he'd be fuming.
He would be fuming Finn, because he obviously sees Dom as beneath him.
Yes.
So if one of those two, certainly Dom, I would feel that's the best storyline, because if Penta won, okay, good, great, he's got the belt, just going to get challenges, blah, blah, blah. But if you get Dom winning it within the Judgment Day, Carlito will be happy for him, but Balor will be like, right, I want to challenge you for it.
Yeah.
And then again, it's causing friction in the Judgment Day, who I think are as funny as hell.
Yeah,
they are very good.
It's just even like little things of like just Carlito pulling faces.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Just him and his apple. Like, it's not the main thing, but it's just him and his apple changing it just from
silly.
A red one to a green one.
It's just silly little things, and that's what you need.
Running off when Bron shirt.
Oh yeah, because it's, sometimes wrestling's a bit too serious. Like, I'm going to bathe in Jimmy's blood. All right, Gunther, calm yourself. It's a kids show. You just need that little bit of entertainment.
Definitely,
which is good from them too. And then finally, we had Punk, Reigns and Rollins on Raw. Is this the end for Roman and Heyman, especially with Reigns shoving Heyman down? Do you feel this is the end of the relationship?
I mean, it's definitely the beginning of the end.
Okay, what a twist.
I don't know if it'll just sever ties. Because they've been together a while, haven't they? So
maybe it's time. But then what's he going to do? Because Punk's hardly ever around anyway.
I know.
Just comes out for a couple of minutes at the end. Thanks for showing up, Punk.
It's Seth's mate.
Yeah, because he owes him a favour.
Yeah. But yeah, I can see it definitely coming to an end. It's just, I don't know. I mean, Heyman doesn't have to be in it, because obviously he's not a wrestler anyway. Mm-hmm. But he is a good talker, so it's good to have him around.
Yeah, always good on the mic, no doubt about that.
But yeah, I think definitely the beginning of the end. Unless Heyman pulls it back at Mania.
What, double crosses Punk.
Yeah, and shows his true loyalty to Reigns or to Punk. I mean, whatever. It's they could go anyway with it, really.
Does the triple turn and he's pals with Seth.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it was a nice recall back to the Shield breaking up when Seth hit Roman with a chair, evoking memories of when Seth turned on Reigns and Ambrose
it was
all those years ago.
Kind of
Shield-esque.
Yeah.
With the
vest and like the combat trousers and things like that.
Thing is, I really want Seth to win because out of those three, I prefer him, but I like him as a wrestler and a guy, but I just don't think he will.
Oh.
I can't. But we'll cover predictions. Any of them could win, but Seth won't win. He's the right person to win because of what he said on
Especially
Raw
with what he said,
about Punk and picking up his ball and leaving when things didn't go his right way. That's what happened, Punk. That's why I'm not a fan of you. And Reigns, he's not always there. He's kind of done it. He's had the belt. He had it for a long time. I don't think. That's why I don't think it's right that Reigns wins, because I think he'll go on that again. Whereas Seth won, but I don't think he will because he's not always there. Whereas Seth is.
He's been coming out on top too much.
Exactly.
And as we all know, if you come out on top, you don't win.
You don't win. Them's the rules. Them's the wrestling rules.
They are the wrestling rules.
Check the rule book. But I don't know.
We've got SmackDown coming up.
Yes, that's just going to be recapping WrestleMania.
More WrestleMania build, definitely. Running through the card about 7 or 8 times, maybe.
At least. I mean, they've got a 3-hour show to film, so it's going to be maybe even 10 times.
About an hour,
this is what's
it's just the
happening.
card. Also, Cena is set to appear.
Ooh.
So, is he going to say much? Is he just going to have another little chit-chat with Rhodes?
No, I think he'll just say what he's been saying the last 3 or 4 times we've seen him.
Like, you don't deserve me, essentially. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'll
maybe.
make you cheer when you want to, same old.
We've got the tag titles on the line as well, with the Troffits.
The Troffits, they're a good one.
The Profits.
The new tag team. Watch out.
Defending against Motor City. I don't think the new name Troffits are going to be dropping their titles
ain't dropping
yet.
no titles yet. Not to Motor City.
No.
Oh, God. No.
I don't want because I didn't like it when they had the belt before, so I don't want them to have it again.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I don't mind the Profits. They can have it for a bit. That is fine. We also have a 6-woman tag with Zelina Vega, Kaden Carter, Katana Chance against Chelsea.
Do you think they should
Green.
rename her Zelina Las Vega?
Just for Mania.
Just for the weekend. Yeah, you like that? Yeah, I know you do.
They're against Chelsea Green and her secret Hervis, Niven and Fire.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure
It's just a match.
It's just a match because they're not going to bring the big guns.
No, of course not. Also, there is a Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Yes, which there usually is around this time of year.
Yeah,
or certainly before.
I think they used to do it on like the kick-off or the pre-show. But the start.
I think it was on Mania one year. I'm sure they had it. I think maybe even the
don't know
first time they did it.
Yes, it may have been actually.
I mean, now they've got 2 nights. They could easily put it on. But why just keep it to SmackDown?
I don't know if it was last year. But they did it last year, or if it was only last year or the year before. But they did it on the SmackDown before.
Oh yeah, I know.
It's the run up into.
But now you're over 2 nights. Why not put it on? Because why not watch 20, 30 man chucking each other over the top? It's a different kind of match.
Yeah.
Because all the others are triple threats.
Gets the people going.
4-way, singles. Whereas this is completely different.
Yeah.
But as I say, I'm expecting mainly a build for Mania.
Yes.
They ain't risking the big stars so close, so they're not going to put.
So say like, Cena's meant to be there, so he's just going to talk. If Rose comes out, it'll just be talk. They won't be attacking each other because they
might attack. They might throw a few.
But I don't think it'll be anything major.
They ain't going to see Cena 415 off the top rope, are we?
No, we ain't getting no Iron Man matching us.
No, nothing like that. Nothing like that. Anyway, disagree then let us know in the comments down below.
Go check out our review of Raw from Monday or last week's Musings.
Thank you again for watching.
And we'll see you Thursday for our WrestleMania predictions and this Saturday for our look at SmackDown.